Cancer, born June 21st to July 22nd, what can you expect for the month of August 2018? Let's tune in and find out. Hi, so this is really interesting, Cancer. I really feel like it's so funny that I said hi. And the reason I said that is because I just saw like you as this bright light and everybody wanting to say hi to you, like, hi, how are you? Like attracted to your energy. It's really weird. Anyway, so funny. So I just see you being, really charismatic, people being attracted to you, your sensitivity, your feeling love, your feeling in connection with people, your real desire to listen to people and be there for people, and just feeling present, just really feeling present and slowing down. Now, we do have all these crazy things happening in the universe, right? We've got, a full total lunar eclipse on July 27th in Aquarius. And then 2 weeks later, we have another eclipse, August 11th, a new moon partial solar eclipse in Leo. And we just had 2 weeks before July 27th, we also had an eclipse, right? So we have these 3 eclipses in the matter of 6 weeks. And at the same time, we've got Mercury retrograde that just started and ends August 20th. Well, it ends August 18th, and it's got the shadow period where usually it's the strongest at the beginning and at the end. So by the 20th, we should be done. And then Mars went retrograde June 26th and goes direct August 27th. And the same principle, when it's direct, when it starts to go direct, then we have another day or two of that shadow period that can still influence us. So then by September 1st, we should be back in business, right? Because Mars is all about that energy and that action, and I want to get going, I want to move, and and we're just like being kind of lazy and enjoying it and not really stressing out. Well, most people are, right? Who know how to ride this energy. If you don't know how to ride this energy, you're probably pulling your hair out because of the frustration that everything is taking so dang long. Everything, right? Even to get your dry cleaning done, it's taken forever. It's just everybody's like on vacay mode. It is what it is, it's retrogrades. Then we have a full moon in Pisces on August 26th. So all this planetary activity, and Cancers who are so sensitive can feel it all, right? So if you can just ride the energy and not like flying around, right? But kind of be low with it, right? So in other words, be grounded and just let the energy flow through you. Yep, okay, right? And you do that by being present, not in your head, right? So how do you get present? You breathe, take 3 long breaths up from the center of the earth and back down. Imagine white light coming up the body, hit the top of your head, and then exhale, push white light all the way back down the body, down to the center of the earth. If you don't watch my weekly wake-ups, they're free, watch them, because I do a breathing exercise at the beginning of every one of them. It takes, 30 seconds, and it will help to ground you. And ground you just means you become present. By becoming present, that means you're paying attention what's going on in the here and now. You're not in your head thinking about the past or thinking about the future. So when people are up in arms or they're acting weird or they're all emotional, we don't have to get caught up in their emotion. We can just take a couple deep breaths and we can observe them and we can watch them and we can have compassion for them. Now, if you forget everything else, just remember, go to compassion. How would it feel to be in their shoes, right? And then just to want things to be better for them. And that will start to move you into the thinking mind and get you out of the emotional mind so that you're not feeling what they're feeling and then start to be in grief with them, which is what empathy happens. When empathy happens, we get pulled down on their grief. You don't want to get pulled down on their grief. You want to have solutions. So as a sensitive Cancer this month, you want to just always move to compassion. Wow, wow, what must it be like to be like that person? And the next question is really the important question, what would it take for his life to get better? What would have to happen for his life to get better? Is there anything I can do to have their life be better? And it gets you to start to think, and it moves you out of that state of shared suffering, because the shared suffering is where you're going to feel exhausted, weak, tired, walked on, a doormat, helpless, right? You do not want that for this month. You don't want that ever, right? And so by being able to have that compassion for somebody immediately moves you into the thinking mind, out of your emotions, and it's a way for you to manage life and manage your sensitivity. Love that you're sensitive. I love that I'm sensitive. I don't like it, however, when I'm stuck and I don't know how to get out of it. And compassion is a way to get out of it. All right? So let's see. Let's move into romantic relationships for Cancers. Aw, you have an opportunity to really get what you want this month, like to really be loved and feel loved. But two things have to happen. You cannot give yourself away. So that means that you know you're going to have to let them come to you. You can't give yourself away. Um, some of you with the retrograde old relationships will come back in. Some of you will go, no, been there, done that, not interested, which is fine. That's good. Um, Other ones will come in but won't stay. They'll come in and just like, oh yeah, I still like you. I still okay, and they may exit and come back again, or they may stay. Right? Your job is to not give yourself away. Your job is to hold your value so that they will come back. The danger becomes if we chase or if we give ourselves away, then they don't see the value in it. And they go, you know, not that big a deal. They're not that great, right? Because you're telling them you're not, because you're throwing yourself at them, right? So you don't want to do that. You just want to be aware of your energy and of your boundaries. Okay, and so what else is in store for romance for Cancers? You know, you can get what you want by holding the consciousness of if there's a relationship that you're pining for, if there's somebody that you once were in love with and you'd like to have that kind of love, you can create an intention like, all right, universe, I want, a love like that I had with XYZ, or better, with ease and grace, my divine, that's mine. That's my that's supposed to be mine, right? You don't want somebody else's. You don't want, if somebody else is meant for that person, you don't want it. You only want what's yours, right? With ease and grace. So just pray for it that way and then let it go and just trust you're going to get it. So I really feel like Cancers, you're on the verge of creating a really getting what you want. And just here getting what you want in terms of romantic love, but you can't chase after it. And you have to just, it's like letting a butterfly land on you. You have to just hold still and just know that it's going to land and it's going to be fine. You're going to get what you want, right? But if you try and chase it, it will fly away. Okay, so let's move on to money and career for Cancers. So I feel like there's plenty of money, Cancers. I feel like I feel like you're also leaving some money on the table, and there could be more creative ways in which you can make money that you're not utilizing, that you could be utilizing. I feel like for some of you, you could be asking for more money, that you're selling yourself short. So you may want to revisit, and this is where the recreate, regenerate, don't implement yet. I would wait until implementation until next month. I wouldn't implement it yet now. You've waited this long. But next month I would let them know how much money you want or what you want to do. I do feel like money is flowing into you. Not a problem. I don't feel like you're hurting for money. I feel like there's money coming in. Let's look for your career for Cancers. Some of you may be carrying some heavy debt loads. You may see some of those debt loads washed out in September. It's interesting. It could be that somebody just forgives them, or it could be that you're able to actually get some winnings in and that pays them off, or through work or something. But I do feel like money coming in at the end of August, early September, that kind of rips up a bunch of debts or something that you owe. That's nice. So money coming in is really, it could be that you sell something and you earn money from a sale, or something personal that you sold that you get money in. Okay, so let's look at career. You have, I feel like you have an opportunity to stand out, to really be noticed, but I do feel like you have to go by the book. You can't get creative. You can't go outside of the box. You've got to be what they're expecting, right? This is not a time for you to put your creative flair to stand out. That's not what I'm talking about. You have to look at what the employer wants or what your boss wants or what you are hired to do and give them that. Don't just know your audience, right? Know your bosses, know your career. If you know what they want, if you can be that, just give them what they want. You will stand out. You will shine, and you'll get rewarded for it. They'll love you. I feel like you may even get picked. You could even get picked for a national campaign if there's something like that, and something even bigger that has to do with like, where you're seen and you're, like on the cover of a magazine, or do something special that's in their marketing piece where you're selected. Yeah, so I totally feel like this month, show up, be what they call the brown noser, right? Which is just a way of saying you're doing everything that you need to do to suck up to the boss. You're playing it straight. They like people who show up on time. They look good. They're happy. They're enthusiastic. They do a good job. They don't complain. They don't gossip. And they're just pleasant and happy to be around, and they get it done with a smile on their face, right? And enthusiasm, right? Those people are so rare now that when you actually do what you're supposed to be doing, bosses notice. It's really kind of a sad commentary on the way it is, but it's the way it is. So just know I see this huge opportunity for your career, Cancer, that you could be picked this month if you do those things. All right, so let's look at your health, Cancer. I feel like you may have some sinus issues on and off that can flare up, as well as stomach. My stomach is also hurting. And I feel like that could have to do with, for some of you, it's alcohol, drinking too much, creating problems in the digestion and in the stomach, burning the layer, right? That has to do with an addiction or just overconsumption. For other people, it feels like it could actually be blocked minerals or mucus. So if you have too much dairy, too much soy, or things that create mucus, you could look up the mucus creating foods, mucus causing foods. Yuck. Anyway, Google it and look up those foods and avoid them, or how to get rid of mucus, right? You can go to a doctor, obviously a nutritionist, and find out as well. But I do feel like there's some remedies or cures for what's going on for those of you with the stomach issues. And a lot of times the sinuses drain into the stomach, and they can be together, right? A lot of times it's not the stomach at all, it's the sinuses. You fix the sinuses and the stomach goes away. No more stomach problems, right? So there's a correlation for some of you between the two. And I feel like answers are here for you this month. Okay, so let's look at any surprises for Cancers this month. Okay, some of you, this is interesting. So for romance, some of you may have to pick between two people. You may have an old old flame that comes back in, and a new flame. And so you may be like forced to pick between the two. I would not pick on either one of them. I would slow play it until you get out of Mercury retrograde, which would be at least August 25th, right? I would not let myself get in a situation where I had to pick either one. And then I would see who's left or what's standing, how I feel at the end of August, if you were going to make a decision then about, having one as a partner, okay? And that gives me a stomach ache. So I feel like you guys carry your emotions in your belly. That's a good problem to have, right? That's a good problem to have. Just watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. Yeah, falling in love with two people. So just be aware. I wouldn't force yourself to have to choose one of those. But I do see that would be a surprise, especially for somebody who's not really in relationship right now, and then to suddenly have two people in your life. So by the end of the month, I think there's, moving into September, there's more clarity around it. But just don't put pressure on yourself to have to make it be one or the other. Okay, so anything else? just really enjoy yourself, Cancer. It's a big month. It's a full month. There's a lot of love in the air. I just feel like this real love that you have to give, and enjoyment and being present. Lots of huge career opportunities and moves for you. So just play it by the book, use enthusiasm, and you're going to soar. All right, have a great month, Cancers. Lots of love to you. If you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, comment below, share it with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you again next month.